All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, man. Like I said in the beginning, the true name of who the world ignorantly calls God, his true name is Yahweh. Yah meaning he, Howah means is or exists. So you put it together, it means he is or he exists. The true name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his true name is Yahweh Shai. Yah meaning he, Howah Shai meaning saves or delivers. And those are the names that you're going to receive salvation through. Only by those names can we be saved. And this video is to the elect out of the nation of Israel, the hopeful elect out of you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and anybody else that's an Israelite that has been scattered amongst the nations. So I just had a couple precepts going into the topic of pretty much suffering and how the pain and suffering that we go through in our life, it doesn't feel good for the moment, and it feels like it's a long time. That's really what I wanted to harp on. Pain and suffering and trials and tribulations that we go through, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai puts us through, it really feels long as hell when you're going through it. But when you actually come through it and you held your faith and you make it through it, you persevered, you're actually going to realize that it was a short time. All right. So I just wanted to really speak on that and get a couple precepts, Lord willing, to, edifying words that you can use, whenever you're going through something, man. So this is Hebrews 12 and 11. It says, I'm going to start at 10. It says, for they verily for a few days, actually, I'm going to start at 9. All right. Hebrews 12 and 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? The Father of spirits. All right. That's one of the titles that the Most High Yahweh has. All right. So that's talking about Yahweh. Okay. Another name, another title for him is what? The Father of spirits. It says, verse 10, it says, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. And I'm gonna get this in a different translation as well. But yeah, that straight up hit the point, man. A basic precept that we all should know, but it really hits the point. Hey, because I was just thinking about, certain stuff that I've went through recently and going through, man. When you're going through pain, that pain really feels like it's lasting for a while. For instance, when you are doing, they're called planks. I don't if y'all familiar with them. It's a type of workout where you pretty much get in a push up. You get in a push-up position and you hold it. It's called a plank. It works your core. But yeah, they're hard to do for long periods of time. So like if you do a plank for like 2 minutes or 1 minute, that whole 2 minutes, you're pretty much just enduring. You're trying to keep your stomach up. You're trying to keep your butt up so you don't sink to the ground and stop doing the plank. Well, that whole 2 minutes will feel like 10 minutes, man. Why? Because you're going through pain. You're putting your body through the ringer. You're chastising your body. All right. And time feels like it's going longer. But afterwards, you realize it was just 2 minutes. That's why I said here in Hebrews 12 and 11, now no chastening for the present seemeth joyous, but grievous. Right. So when you're going through the chastisement, when you're going through the hell and the tribulations, it's going to feel like a long time. And because it feels like a long time and it doesn't feel good in the moment that you're going through it, hey, you're going to have a lot of thoughts coming to your head. You're going to have a lot of doubts. You're going to have a lot of moments of weakness. You're going to have times where these demons try to tempt you to give up. But that's what they call crunch time. And that's when you got to endure even more. All right, because truly, when you make it through it, when you endure, you're gonna realize that it really was a short period of time, man. That's why it says, nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. All right, so we always got to keep this in mind. Whatever chastisement, whatever hell you're going through, like it said in verse 10, it said what? But he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he's not putting you through anything to break you down, right? He's not putting you through anything, or rather, let me say, he's not putting you through anything to destroy you, all right? He's putting you through something that will temporarily break you down, but then he's gonna, in the long run, he's gonna build you back up greater than what you were before you went through that chastisement, man. Just like your muscles, right? When you work out your muscles, I forget the exact science on it, but you know, everyone should know when you work out your muscles, you hit them, you hit the push-ups and whatever, and they get sore, they get a little weak, and then they come back stronger. You have a rest day, and then they grow bigger and stronger. But that's likened it to how the chastisement is that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua puts us through, man. All right, so it doesn't feel good. It feels like it's a long time, but it's really not a long time, man. All right, the Lord's not. Hey, and well, let me get this scripture in the other translation. Let me see. Yeah, NLT, right? Hebrews 12:11 in the NLT. It says, "No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening. It is painful." And as you see, that's kind of like the example I was going into when you working out, when you holding a plank, when you doing different workouts, when you pushing that bench up or squatting. It's not enjoyable while you're doing it. Your body is not, the muscles, man. It's not enjoyable. It's painful. And that's a discipline, right? It said no discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's painful. All right. And our ultimate discipline is what? Our life in this truth, this ministry. Okay. And this ministry comes with the sweet things and the bitter things. So it says no discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's painful. But afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. All right. So this chastisement that the Lord puts us through, the trials and tribulations, is something that's training us, man, to build us up even stronger. All right. Like I said, and I remember hearing a head say this years ago, man, that, hey, the Lord will put you through something and it will, it may break you down temporarily, but it's going to build you back up that much stronger. So don't look at these trials as something to give up. Don't look at the hell that the Lord put you through, no matter how strange it is. Don't look at it as something to make you fold or give in. It's really to make you stronger, man. And it's not for a long time. It's not for a long time, man. And I say that from personal experience, man. I not to get into my personal business, but I've already did a video on it in the past, so it's out there, but I did a little bit of time. I've done a little bit of time behind bars, just a little bit, tiny bit of time, man. But I can tell you for that short amount of time that I was, I didn't have my freedom. It felt long. It felt long as hell. It felt really long. It felt longer than what it was, man. One day felt like 2 days. You know what I'm trying to say? A week felt like 2 weeks. But in reality, when I got out, when the Lord delivered me from that, and I look back at it, it really wasn't that long. That shit flew by. All right, and ultimately that goes for this whole state that we are in right now, man. I'm talking about us being in hell, being in Babylon. We're all in goddamn captivity, man. This America is just one big ass jail, man. This whole world is one big ass jail. So really, this hell that we're in, this lowest state that we are in America, and in these bodies, right? This hell that we're in is gonna fly by, man, like a dream. All right, so it's really a short time. So if you're going through something out there, man, you just got to keep holding on, because it's really a short time. It's not long at all, man. The Lord knows our limits. So he's not going to put us through anything beyond what we can bear. This is 2 Corinthians 4:17. All right, I'm going to start at 16. It says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perisheth, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." And that really went into the concept of being broken down and built up. And your flesh may break down here and there, right? The trial may put you in a lower state physically, but the inward man, which is your spirit, right? Your mind, your spiritual mind is being renewed. It's being refreshed and made stronger day by day. Verse 17 says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory," man. So everything that you're going through, man, it's a light affliction, and it's but for a moment. And that's really what I wanted to harp on this video. Whatever hell you're going through, it's but for a moment. It's not forever, and it's not eternal. All right. It's just the way that our minds work, man. When we go through hell and when we go through trials, because it's happening in the moment, your mind processes it differently, man. It feels like a long time. Like I said, man, I don't know if you've ever done like a football or wrestling. I remember doing like football and wrestling and stuff. Practice felt for a long time, man. When you're working out, sometimes that feels like a long time because you're constantly going through pain. You're constantly going through trials. It feels like a long time, but it's really a moment. All right. This amount of time that we're in hell, we're in this lower state. It feels like a long time, but it's really for a moment. It's not forever. So that's why it says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory." All right. And I like the contrast right there. It said, "For our light affliction," and then it says, "an eternal weight of glory," man. You see how it said, hey, this is a light affliction, but our reward is going to be a heavy weight of eternal glory, man. That goes to show you that the suffering that we're going through right now, the reward is going to far outweigh the suffering, man. And that's why we got to keep staying strong and keep enduring, keep rebuking and fighting off Satan and his minions, and keep cleaving and begging unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, no matter what state you may be in. All right, whether you're in a lower state, whether you're going through some shit in your life, or your life is kind of good right now, you're kind of chilling. They're always, no matter where we're at in life, we're always begging and cleaving unto the Lord, man, and praying for mercy. So, yeah, Lord willing, I was edified, man. It was just on my spirit to just speak on that, man. Lord willing, these scriptures can stay circulating in your mind and keep your mind saturated, all right, with this word of truth, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.